What's up, guys? Luke here from Luke's Points and Miles. And today we have a live stream. Somebody comment if you can hear me loud and clear. I'll get closer to this microphone and make sure. But I have a couple, what I think is fairly interesting topics today. And I always want to start these lives off with the following. Let me see my little banner here thing. I want to start my lives off with what'd you book? And because one thing that makes me want to start out is I want some interaction from you guys. I want to hear what you're booking. I want to get an idea of what I'm working with tonight. And you guys have probably heard people say things like, well, I don't want to brag, or I don't want to sound like I'm bragging. Guys, girls, you can come here and brag. Post it. Tell me what you're booking. Tell me what you just booked. And you can brag if you want. If you are booking around the world A&A type deal and staying at Conrad's in Tokyo, put it in here, man. You're allowed to brag here. Mostly because we're all happy for each other. We got the bariatric travelers, bariatric travelers. Make sure I got that right. What's up? We have Mr. Jordan Rules for Credit. Man, my favorite guy. Call me Lonnie. And Frugal Dad Fine. We got some hitters in the house. John R. is in the house. Some serious hitters here tonight, man. Monday says they can hear me, so we are all good. Lonnie's going to step up. What did I book? Just returned from Spain, heading to Japan in April. United Polaris. Lonnie is a stud. I'm jealous. I've had Japan booked 3 times, and I've never been. So I'm jealous, man. I hope you have a great time. I did just book something, and I'm going to get into that here in just a second. M2K's in the house. What's up, man? James, you? Here we go. Philip booked an Eiffel Tower view at the Canopy Hilton. Going to be checking in next week. Man, you guys should be live teaching me some stuff. Mr. Stan the Credit Frog. Philip, you're a stud. That's a great redemption. John D'Amico. Sorry, I'm a little bit rusty. US Smartly, possibly bye-bye. Yeah, I've never really covered that card. That's probably something that we can talk about if somebody wants to, if they have any real information or news. But I don't really cover that card. Maybe I should, but I don't. Philmo had a Marriott FNC to burn, so super nice resort town of Detroit. Nice move, Philmo. There's got to be a cool place to go for like the one night or whatever. So Ian just booked Park Hyatt Niseko, Hyatt Centric Tokyo. Man, you guys are killing the Japanese trips, man. I'm so jealous. But I did book something pretty cool, and I'm going to go over that. Holy smokes, Mike Newland with the best football team logo on us. Hit us with a 20-piece. Appreciate you, Mike Newland. Absolutely appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. You have added to the fund. Derek Sakala got more than 800,000 K Alaska miles. Man, you are killing it. I'm jealous of that too. Jordan Rules for Credit, booking honeymoon in a few weeks. First class Boston to STT. I don't know what STT is. Staying at the Ritz at a Mr. and Mrs. Boutique. Oh, first class Turks and Caicos. Sultan, man, you guys, this whole class is killing it. I guess you guys are pretty amazing. Like my redemption is going to be peanuts compared to what you guys are doing. I still think it's cool. Looking to use my Delta Companion Pass to take a trip to the U.S. Virgin Islands in a couple months. Man, you guys are big league. I am going to Portugal in just a few days, so that'll be cool. Would you swap Quicksilver to Venture 1? I'm not eligible for Venture X. Here's why I would do that. If you swap your Quicksilver to Venture 1, you have the ability to earn, keep, and transfer miles, Venture miles. Then if you could pick up the Saver, you have a good way of generating that cash that can be transferred to miles. So yeah, I would do that. Booking Windstar Cruise. Oh, cruisers on a world's largest sailboat. Oh, wow. 14-night transatlantic St. Martin to live. That's big. Well, you guys hit me. You guys are allowed to brag. I love it. Man, you guys are killing it. Hard inquiries are afraid of me. I guess got another one. I've got another one since I've made my last application public, and I'll talk about that here in a minute too. John's going back to Iceland in October. Nice, man. Take my paid sabbatical from work, drive that ring. That's awesome, man. That's a big league experience. 7 days. Nice work, man. Let me see here. Last live, I didn't have a trip planned. Now he does. Mr. David Ruiz, EVA from San Fran to Bali via Taipei, 8 days in Bali, Singapore Airlines, Bali to Vietnam. Woof. 22-hour layover in Singapore, 8 days in Man, I'm jealous of that. I really want to go to Vietnam. Really, really want to go. My problem is I don't have time for that big of a trip. Like, I'm going to Portugal for 4 days. I know people will say that's too short, but that's kind of how I do my business. Big Mike says hit that like button. We got almost 80 people in the chat so far. That's pretty quick, pretty awesome. My return trip is double Q suites. That's big time, dude. That was my first international business class trip in Q suites. Vietnam to Doha, Doha to Seattle. You are killing it, David. Luke, who is your tattoo artist working on? No, I haven't gotten a tattoo in 15 years, but a guy named J. Brett Prince, who is local here to Columbus, Ohio, has done all my tattoos, and super cool guy. I don't know exactly his website, or I would kind of promote him, but if you just Google J. Brett Prince, Columbus, Ohio tattoo, something like that, you can find his information. He's moved around a little bit, and it's hard for me to keep up with him, but I haven't got any tattoos in a long time. Michael Pythium, longtime friend of the channel, just went ahead and applied for the Air France card. I don't have it sitting here. I do have this card sitting here that I just got in the mail today and just activated. So we'll start working on that one. Philmo says he's jealous of this. Philmo, you're going to Detroit, ultra posh city of Buffalo next week. Now, listen, I'll defend Detroit, but I'm not going to defend Buffalo. Run through a table. Ian, I won't lie. Vietnam was kind of a disappointment when I went there a few months ago. Wow. Wild, big time, crazy. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got to see it for myself, man. I can't wait. CJ says, I'm with you, Luke. 4 days in the country. That's all we get. 2 days Lisbon, 2 days Porto, and then take your ass back home. That's how I do it, man. I try to fit as much as I can in. P2 just got approved for the 100K venture card. Nice, man. Just downgraded my Delta Gold to the no annual fee Delta card. Okay, so you're moving backwards a little bit, getting conservative. All right, so here's what I booked this week. I don't even know how to put stuff on the screen on a live, but this should be pretty simple to explain. I booked first class / business class, Columbus to Cartagena. Columbus to Cartagena, Colombia, first class and business class, round trip. So and I used Alaska miles to book that on an American Airlines. Now, I'm trying to think how much it was. 25,000K each way. So 50,000 Alaska miles for a round trip in first class from Columbus, Ohio to Cartagena, which the only reason that's significant is I don't have to do a positioning flight. It's all on the same itinerary. So it makes it American Airlines, they're not going to have the best first class or the best business class, but it's nice to have that all together. Connecting in Miami, which I don't like. I don't like coming back to the United States from South America to Miami. It's hectic. It's crazy. But this is the cool part. I transferred my points from Wells Fargo and Citi to Choice Hotels, and I booked a place called I think it was called the Dan Luis. It's a Radisson Hotel, part of the Chase program. Super cool looking place. 175,000 Choice points. So half that from Wells Fargo and Citi. So both of those redemptions, the flight and the hotel, came out to about 2.4 cents per point, which not crazy, but for exactly what you want and exactly what you really need, 2.4 cents per point, pretty good in my opinion. And that's going to be in January sometime. This will be my 3rd January in a row going to South America, if you count Panama. which you can say, dude, Panama's not actually in South America. Okay, it's really, really close. So third year in a row, leaving snowy, gray, nasty Ohio and going down for some sunshine. Might have some buddies down there with me, so I won't mention them until they're confirmed, or I don't put their business out there. But might be some relaxing, some cigars, some fruity drinks, and some fun going on down in Colombia in January. So that was my redemption. Nothing like Japan or Vietnam or any of that cool stuff. But no Q suites either. But 3 years in a row down in South America for wintertime, I think it's pretty cool. I pretty much love it. Oh, here we go. Absolutely insane value. You guys are all getting absolutely insane value. James, what do you think about Southwest charging for bags? Well, I don't fly Southwest unless I have to. And if I'm flying domestically, I am very, very rarely going to check a bag. I didn't think much of it, and I really don't cover Southwest much. I think it sucks for a lot of people who do take advantage of those free checked bags and fly Southwest a lot. I do have a bunch of credit with Southwest, so I definitely plan on flying them. But I think if you get certain class fares, it's a free check bag, or if you have any kind of status, I think there's a few ways to get a free check bag. But to me, not that big of a deal. And for me, they had a couple good routes in Columbus, but their prices were more than the legacy carriers most of the time for me. So, I feel sorry for the Southwest loyal people, but like I say, man, everybody kind of changes up their stance, but I'm still earn and burn. I don't keep points in stashes. I use them as fast as I can and as quickly as I can, and I go earn more. So if you have a few 100,000 Southwest points and you're upset about this change, you should have took cash. You should have took cash back for a while. I don't know. I would never have that much sitting in a stash, but Mr. Fun or Mrs. Fun. I'm pretty sure it's Mr. Fun. Uncle Luke, trust me, you'll be in customs a very long time. Be prepared. Stay in the walled city. That's not safe, bro. Walled city. Now, see, here's the thing. My room is in the walled city. I'll never leave my drink unattended anyway. But I do. Well, yeah, you're right. I plan on staying in the walled city for the most part. There is an island excursion I want to go to, and I want to go to that fort. But for the most part, yes, tourist area, walled city. Tip my security guard, all that good stuff. So I plan on doing a lot of research, and I plan on I don't drink to extreme, and I don't go in areas where trouble is, meaning I'm not interested in women or drugs. So I won't be in that position like some people are to be taken advantage of. So not really worried too much about it, but I've been enough places where I stay safe. But thank you. Beaches and fruity drinks are needed when you work or live in Ohio. You are right. When did I graduate from boot camp? 316 here. Oh man, I'm 352. If that makes sense. September 1995. I graduated boot camp. I think I served with you once at service week. See, no, that would be crazy. Yeah, I think I'm 352. Great Lakes, early September was our graduation, 1995. Started July 5th, 1995. And if that's true, man, that's a small world, and that's really, really awesome. Mr. Glenn Ardonia. If you notice his little picture there, he's in Abu Dhabi. I know because I was there with him. He tried to do some race cars on those buildings or something. They said it was in a movie. What's up, Dino? Dino is, of course, my Filipino head of security. Takes care of me when I go overseas. And he's a Capital One Venture X guy. Oh, here's a question. Got an upgrade offer from Delta Gold to Platinum for 30K Sky Pesos and $250 credit. Currently in Amex jail, also trying to keep myself. You don't want to add another monthly credit? Then no. Here's why. Even if you're in Amex jail, there are no lifetime language offers that come around for the Delta cards, as well as pretty elevated bonuses. Unless you really, well, no, I wouldn't even consider it. Don't even consider it. Because 30,000 Sky Pesos and $250 is a nice upgrade offer, but you're going to see 100,000 Sky Pesos on some of those offers. So I would say no, unless you really want that companion certificate, and I still say no. Paulo Liao, one of those. Hey, Luke, what's up, man? Despite 3 denials, I was finally approved for the City Strata Premier. Hey, that's about what I did. I think I was denied at least twice. So that sucker is hard to get. And here's the crazy part. It's on the chopping block for July for me. I think I might move that over to a City Custom Cash card. I want to know what they're going to be doing with American Airlines before I make that decision. Yes, early September grad, LOL. No kidding, man. That's awesome. So we served together in boot camp. Wow. That is that's a small world, man. That is really cool. I'm Filipino too. I can be your security with Glenn. Okay. Hey, Filipinos are great securities because they're fun to be around. They have good attitudes. So we'll definitely take all the Filipino security we can get. Plus, they're tough people. They're just a tough people, I think. Like Manny Pacquiao. Yeah, Filmo. Here's a good thing you said that, Filmo. The Amex Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant is now 185,000 sign-up bonus. And here's a cheap pop in a shameless plug. I have that in my referral in the description below. I have the 185,000 point offer, so you could get that, and I could get 40,000 Marriott Bonvoy points as well. And we would both be super happy. But I do think that's a great offer. And I think that's better than the offer I'm currently working on, which is 150,000 and $250 statement credit. I would probably rather have the 185,000 points. Gordon C's player 2's getting it. What's up, Mr. Matt Clausen? Took yours and Stan's advice in the last live and tried the IHG card at 524. Got denied, but time to hunt for. Okay, well, 524 is a thing for most people. Roberto, strongly debating between Hilton and Marriott for Amex Biz card. Will spend 50 plus this year. Ooh, what is the cap on the Amex Biz card? The Hilton Amex Biz card, because I like that card, especially if you have legitimate business spend. You might be able to argue that 50K on another card might be worth it, but 5X on 50, I know there's a cap. I'm not sure what the cap is, but if you could put 50K of 5X Hilton, that's going to turn into a very nice memory. That's all I'm going to say. I would do it. Yeah, Ian, that's a start. You can't do a whole lot with 185,000, but it is a start, and it's platinum status. It's a $300 food credit, so and it's a free night certificate next year. So it's a start. Mr. Retired, I'm jealous of that too. One night Hilton certificate that expires in May. Should I use it for the Conrad Fort Lauderdale? Yeah, man, heck yeah. Try it out. Worst case scenario, you're going to have a big suite, because they're all suites as far as I know, and check out, my little boy calls it Takatu. I think it's Takato. It's the Conrad Fort Lauderdale Hilton or Conrad Fort Lauderdale restaurant. Awesome. It's like a Japanese, American, Korean fusion deal. Takato. Take your certificate there and eat it Takato. Do you think I should PC one of my City Custom Caches to the, well, I mean, if you can't get approved for it, or you don't think you're going to get approved for it, then and you want City thank you points to transfer to places, then it's an option. I would probably not do that until you want to transfer those points. Go ahead and earn them on your City Custom Caches, and if you get to a point where they're built up so high you want to transfer them out, then you consider product changing to the Strata Premier. But don't do it until you're ready. Yeah, Roberto, I'm a big fan of Hilton Honors Points. I'm a big fan, and I think they're underrated on YouTube. I think people get it wrong when they talk about Hilton Honors Points. I consistently, and I mean 80% of my redemptions are for over a penny a point. I do take a bath a couple times out of that 10, but 8 out of 10, I think I get over a cent per point. Sheena wants all the cards. Yeah, I understand. David Ruiz says, going to apply for the Hawaiian card next, add my Alaska miles. But my next card was going to be the City Strata Premier. Yeah, I don't know. Right now, I mean, it's going to depend for everyone. And obviously, transferable currencies are king. But right now, for me, Alaska miles and American Airlines miles are the most valuable thing I can have. So I don't know. I might go ahead and grab that Hawaiian card while it's here. You can get this Strata Premier in a couple years, you could potentially. As a hotel free agent, are hotel cards worth it? I use Chase points for Hyatt sometimes, but award availability is an issue. Here's the thing. Hotel cards are so powerful, it's hard to ignore just how powerful they are. Most of them create tons and tons of value. However, their power is also predicated on how many times you stay there. So if you're not ever going to stay at one hotel chain more than once a year, then maybe not. But maybe not every card. A lot of hotel cards are more valuable than the annual fee, and they're what we call keeper cards. So I think a lot of them are really good. But if you really want to save on annual fees and you're not going to stay at the same hotel chain more than once a year, then maybe forego until your strategy changes. And guys, your strategy is always going to change. It just does. What's going on with the U.S. Bank Smartly card? I think they've turned off the faucet for applications. They took away product changes. I was not offered a product change a couple of days ago. They took away in-branch applications, I think. I think what they're going to do is they're going to slow down the applications, and then it's going to be nerfed. It's going to be capped monthly, I think. All the really good cashback cards that are over 2% cashback are capped. I think you're looking at maybe $1,000 a month or $1,500 per billing cycle. And or maybe that cap is going to have that $100,000 invested or whatever might go up to $250,000. Just my opinion. I don't have any kind of insider information. Have Bonvoy boundless. Would it be a good idea to get the Amex Brilliant instead of Ritz-Carlton? Now, no. And I say that I think that Bonvoy Brilliant is a better card than the Ritz-Carlton. However, if you've already got the boundless and you can just product change whenever you want, I would probably do that. And then kind of adjust fire however you want to do for another bonus. But I don't really think the Ritz-Carlton card is as good as most people say. But if you have it right there and you don't have to do any work to get it, I would go ahead and get it for sure. It is a great card. Guys, we got 129 people in the chat. Slap that like button for me, please. And we're going to go through some more of these. We got a lot of great comments. So we're going to go through some more of those. And then I'm going to get into a couple of our topics today. I want to go till about 8:15, 8:20. We might go a little longer. But I also have some international Snick snacks that we have to try. I'll try to make that. I'll try to make that super quick. But kind of ironic, the country we have today. So I'm going to get through as many of these as I can. And then I want to talk about a couple things. I actually don't plan on getting through everything. So that's okay. Link, just got to prove my first business card, the Blue Business Plus. Congratulations. Nice work. It's a great card to hold. It's a great card to keep all your MR points together and steady. Good job. Brad, how long do you think this Amex to Alaska train is going to last? It's lasted longer than I thought it was going to. Have some thoughts. Just go ahead, move over 200K. I have four. Well, here's the thing. I would normally maybe advise people not to do that, but I did it. And I've constantly used those Alaska points, Alaska miles since then. So if you fly American Airlines or you're you fly the kind of partners that Alaska Miles are going to get you great value, then go ahead and do it, man. And I say that because you can really generate Amex MR points. So if you drain your whole Amex MR points, you can start over and accumulate a lot of points quickly. I drain mine at least. I start every year with 0. So I don't have a problem draining my points. But I do have the ability to generate points pretty quick. So normally I would say don't do that, but go ahead and do it, man. All right, let me see here. Whoops. Yeah, Kirby G says don't forget to subscribe for sure. Sorry. Product changed 2 weeks ago for the Cash Plus to the Smartly, thinking of moving some. Okay. Yeah, you're going to have to, well, just wait because in the credit card YouTube game, the sky's always falling. So everything's a big, huge deal and everything's that, just be patient and wait. I think it's going to change, but it might not be, terrible. Retired. What are your thoughts on buying Hilton points? Retired, you must have missed a lot of episodes. I buy the maximum amount of Hilton points every single year. And starting this year, so is my player 2. So I run through a lot of Hilton points. I love buying them. And I buy them when they're on sale for half a penny each. And I also buy them on sale for half a penny each while I'm working on a sign-up bonus. That's my favorite way to reach minimum spend. It's almost like I'm supercharging my accumulation of points and miles. There you go. Platinum OG, baby. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I'm working on, I finished one. So I'm working on 4 right now. And this one just came today. So we're working on this one. But I think 4, yeah, we're working on 4, I think. But I'm working on them pretty good. A couple of them are almost done. Okay. Old school. Are Capital One miles more valuable than cash? Man, I don't know how to answer that. Overwhelmingly more valuable for me than cash. I can get 10 cents per point on Capital One miles. People, for whatever reason, will underrate and undervalue Capital One miles because I think they're not deep enough in the game where they're transferring to partners. Capital One still has Virgin Atlantic. Capital One still has Flying Blue. Capital One still has Avianca. Capital One has all these different partners that you can transfer to and get insane value for the right type of redemption. If you're only doing domestic economy travel, then Capital One miles or venture miles might not be the most valuable for you. But they're at least worth cash back when you just book travel and use the travel eraser. So, but yeah, for me, they're worth a lot more than cash. We just played that one. What core card setup would you suggest having the Wells Fargo Active Cash and a tune plus the Alaskan card? I'm not sure what the question is. If you have the Alaska card, the Attune, and the Wells Fargo Active Cash, I would probably get the Wells Fargo autograph. It's no annual fee. It's an extremely powerful no annual fee card. They have transfer partners, and they have some really good transfer partners, just not very many of them. So I would add the Wells Fargo autograph. And if you do a lot of paid hotels, maybe consider the autograph journey. Mr. Michael, which card would you recommend for a solo 7-night trip to Tokyo to visit Walt Disney? Flight and hotel, staying on property, staying on. So here's a crazy answer. Just because you said you're staying on Tokyo Disneyland Hotel, and I'm pretty sure that's not part of any kind of chain. So look into the Fairwinds Credit Union Visa Signature. It gets 5x on hotels and amusement parks. So, and it has a really good, a 60,000 point bonus. So Fairwinds Credit Union, it's in Orlando. That's a really good trip, really good card to book those hotels and your amusement park tickets. And for flights, I'm just a big fan of American Airlines booking that JAL, that Japan Airlines. I think it's the easiest, most availability, and you can get, I think it's 60,000 American Airlines miles for a business class ticket to Tokyo from North America. So, well, I think you can also use Alaska for that. So either the Alaska card, American Airlines card, and check out the Fairwinds Credit Union Visa Signature. Very little known card, but 5X on hotels, that's your Disney hotel, and 5X on the park. So, and it's got some other multipliers that can take care of your food and stuff like that. And it's 2X for everything else. It's a powerful card. Powerful card, I think. In my opinion. I have it. I just got it. Roberto got the Amex Biz Gold for the 200,000 all-time sub. Nice move, Roberto. Already booked. Fun is already booking 2026. I like your style. You should do the one-on-ones. I've been getting some requests for one-on-ones, and I don't know if I have enough time for it. And what that translates to is they would probably be prohibitively expensive to a lot of people that need one-on-ones, because I wouldn't be able to be cheap with them because I just don't have that much time. So it might be something we see in the future if I can figure it out how to get it done. Thanks for my first question. Second question: JP Morgan private client ever come out with a credit card? Not just, yeah, I don't think so. I think they're going to be good with that reserve card, or what's it called? JP, what used to be the Palladium card. I think they're good with that one. And by the way, that's my Grail card. I would love to have that card one day. Not a huge Chase fanboy, but I want that card. Oh boy. What card group would you go after Chase trifecta with CSR? So after Chase, oh man. It's tough for me to answer that because my strategies they change a lot. Chase trifecta, I think it makes a lot of sense from there to you know what? It's tough because Chase trifecta with the CSR is complete. I think from there, I think you need to decide your hotel card. Your first priority, once you get that trifecta, you're going to be pretty much set for your transferable currencies / cashback option. I think then and after you get that trifecta, it's time to explore a hotel card. And 2K, how do you typically liquidate your Hilton free night certificates? You know what? I'd have to go back and look at my history, but I think almost all of my free night certificates have been at the Conrad Fort Lauderdale. I've redeemed tons of free night certificates at the Conrad Fort Lauderdale, especially when those nights get really expensive. But I usually we'll see. I only have one. I have one coming. What am I going to do with it? I don't have any plans. Usually, I just put it on a. I'll book a 6-night stay or a 7-night stay, but I want to make sure I get my 5th night free with points, and then add a night with the certificate. So last time I used one was at the Roosevelt in New Orleans for the creator meetup. So I just randomly. I don't pick super specific places or specific plans. James Hughes been getting the UR point. Mr. Dong Kim with the best name in the game. What's up, Dong? Nice to have you here. Yeah, James Yu purchases the IHG points when they're half a penny each. I do too. I love them. Oh boy, Mr. Thomas G gave us a 5 spot in the Euro. I like that. Does it make sense to get the autograph and autograph journey as they have? Here's the thing: some people will say no, and here's where I'll combat that agreement. The autograph is fee free; it's no annual fee, so I would get both if I was in Wells's ecosystem. I think the journey does provide enough. There's some overlap there, but I think it provides enough if you are purchasing hotels, and man, it's great for flights too. So yeah, I think if you're going to use that as your travel card, and your travel strategy is a just give me the points strategy, and you don't need super perks like lounge access and statuses at hotels, if you don't need that upper level type benefits. I think both those cards are good for a lot of reasons. They're both very, very strong cards. And as much trash as people talk about Wells, you haven't heard a lot of people talk trash about their credit cards just yet. Some people complained about the Attune being kind of funny money, but for the most part, nobody's trashed this new up and coming Wells Fargo credit card setup. And I think it's because it's really good. Amex has the only 2 times Alaska Airlines catch-all card. So yeah, my next Alaska credit card will be the green card, then the gold. Okay, I like your style. We're not doing any kind of politics, guys. Here, we're doing credit cards, and you can get off topic with some entertainment stuff, but we're not going to do any type of divisive, baity political comments. Nobody's interested in that here. Fly with Rookie said, I maxed out mine and P2 and my 2 sons. Love. Okay. So and as many players as you can get in your family or your group is as many, accounts you can buy Hilton Honors miles or Hilton Honors points. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's a great strategy, Fly with Rookie. Kirby taught my mom how to use Capital One miles to get her 2 cents per point on domestic flights. Nice, man. Yeah, they have Aeroplan. Aeroplan's a very strong partner. A good Capital One domestic redemption, if you can find award spaces, booking Alaska Airlines through Finnair for 11,000 Avios. Yeah, nice hint. Nice strategy there, man. Juan Garcia is in Mexico City. It's on my list, man. I want to visit that place so bad. Absolutely. Fun. Just booked Tokyo Air Canada for 87,000 points each way. What airline is that? Fun? It's interesting. Look at all 3 cards you made, especially fair. Yeah, there you go, Michael. It's a little known card. You won't find a bunch of. I did do a video on it last week or the week before, and I haven't used it as far as redemptions yet, but there's some good tidbits in that video. Good information. Another good Finnair redemptions booking 15,000 Avios economy award seat from. I did not know that. So Finnair, 15,000 Avios from North America to Hawaii. I'm going to look into that because some of you guys know I'm looking for Hawaii award availability. I want to check out Cathay Pacific card from Synchrony because I want to farm. Okay, well, I've heard that's a terrible card, but I understand if there's got to be reasons people get it, and I got some what I call terrible cards that I have really good reasons to get. Just started this crazy credit card points journey. I've already redeemed over 500,000 points. Nice move, man. Nice move, Fun. That's what they're for redeem. Let me see here. I'm gonna try to get into yeah, Matt says Wells need to launch the Beyond already. Well, let these guys get their autographs and autograph journeys first, then get some space in between those applications. So when the Beyond does come out, they can really crack that luxury ceiling and have all the Wells cards, which I think when it does come out, people will probably talk trash about it because they're really critical. But I think those Wells cards are going to have a really decent Voltron or whatever they're going to combine for something really good. Juan, we talked about the U.S. Bank and the Smarty card. I think they're throttling down the applications for a quick nerf, and I think it's going to be a decent card for some people, but not anything like it was. Texas Dog doesn't like the Mexico City. Herbie's wild ride on my birthday. Lost $2,000 watch, $4,000 in cash. I don't have $4,000 in cash. What kind of watch was it, Texas? I'm curious. I like the watches. Oh, Michael can't get that journey. Oh well. Okay, I want to see this. 15K Finnair or booking American Airlines. You have to call Finnair to find awards. Ah, man. See, I don't like calling people. We'll see. Uncle Luke, what are your thoughts on no lifetime links for the Hilton cards? Here's my thing about no lifetime links, guys. I use all of them. That said, when you find an article that has a no lifetime link or something like that, I want you to do your own due diligence, and I want you to read if it says it's a leaked or a modified link. There is some risk that comes with using that link, and that's why I don't publish any of those links, because I can't tell you where they came from. I use them because I don't have a problem risking it for the biscuit. And I also think no lifetime language links are for people that have already had that card and already gotten the bonus. It's not exactly for people who think they're in pop-up jail to bypass pop-up jail. I think if you're in pop-up jail for that particular, let's just say the Hilton Aspire, you've applied for the Hilton Aspire a couple times and you get the pop-up for no bonus. I don't think it's a wise idea to go and then use that no lifetime language offer to bypass that. I can't give you any data points or anything that's happened negative to anybody that's done that. But I think if Amex doesn't want to give you that bonus and you find a way to bypass, I feel like that might come back to bite you in the butt. It's just my feelings. I don't have any data points to suggest they'll boot you. But I do use no lifetime language offers. I love them. It's the greatest thing about Amex. Matt's got 4 Wells cards. Nice. I have the 2, I think, 2 of them. Your thoughts on the upcoming Premium Alaska card? 3x on foreign purchases is interesting. I don't plan to get it. I don't even plan to look at it or even cover it. So I don't have a whole lot to say about it. Oh, Baum and Mercier, dual time zone. Nice, man. Sorry you lost that. Amex is getting weird lately. Yeah, Amex is they're going through something. We'll see. I think City will have a hard time beating the Strata Premier, earning multipliers in the upcoming Strata Prestige or Elite card. I don't know, man. That last Prestige was really good card. 160 people in the chat, guys. Slap that like button for me. Costs you nothing. And I'm going to move in here a little bit. I do want to mention real quick that I started doing channel member videos on Sunday mornings. As soon as I started doing them, I got a really good reaction to it. Channel memberships are $2.99 a month. You can cancel those anytime. So don't feel like you need to become a member. But those videos for members, they can get a little spicy, and they are content that I would not put in a public forum. So I think last week we touched on some tips and tricks to maybe help your spend. And before that, I had a couple opinionated videos about the game in general. So if you're interested in additional content and things that aren't really suitable for public consumption, become a channel member. There, you can just hit join down there. And if you have any ideas that I could help me provide channel members with more value, shoot them to me. And I'm open to suggestions. I love taking care of the members. That sounded so bad. I wish I could edit that out. That's okay. I'm sure somebody will grab it and put it all over the internet. Luke, which do you prefer, Datejust or Daytona? That's a hard question because the Daytona is so much more expensive than the Datejust. I do like the Datejust, but I'm not interested in buying one. I'm currently trying to buy a Rolex. No authorized dealer will sell me one. So next, I'm going to try and schmooze the Rolex dealer in Lisbon, Portugal. So I'm looking for just a 40 millimeter Explorer or even a 40 millimeter Air King, because I could never afford a Daytona. But Datejust, I think they cost too much for me. I don't really want to spend Datejust money when I really want an Explorer. Mr. Platinum OG just became a member. Nice move. I have an Omega Aquaterra with a gray dial. Okay, so you got an Omega. Let me show you what we got on today. This is my first adult watch. Sorry if I can't. It is the Omega Seamaster Professional 300 Diver. I took the bracelet off and put this rubber strap on it because it's so much cooler. I don't like the bracelet, but I'm a huge Omega guy. I really like the Aquaterra, but there we go. Dong, Mr. Dong. I do have an Omega Speedmaster. I'll wear that one for the next live. Love that Speedmaster. Holy smokes. This is my first adult watch, so I really love that. RJ's got a guy probably, yeah, but now we're looking into buying Swiss watches in Detroit from a guy in a back alley. I don't know, man. I'm being kind of stubborn because I want to go to an authorized dealer for that experience. I want the champagne. I want the free gift. I want to be treated like a human being. So I'm going to try to buy one at the authorized dealer. Oh, remember you were asking viewers to help you with the outro music. You provided so much value. Happy to support. Well, thank you, sir. We appreciate you for sure. I have an Omega Seamaster, the blue bezel. Nice move, Juan. I'm a big James Bond fan, so I think that's awesome. Super cool watch. So let me see here. This is what I want to talk about tonight. What time? Oh, so we're probably going to do the Snick Snacks here in a minute, but what I want to start is a conversation about the Capital One Venture X. Obviously, I have a link for the Capital One Venture X in the description below, but this is what I want to talk about. Is it ever a good idea to downgrade your Capital One Venture X? And I'm going to give you a scenario, my personal scenario. My personal scenario, and we'll talk about why I think it might be time to downgrade the Capital One Venture X, even if it is my favorite card. But first, Mr. Carlos himself is here to review some of these trytreats.com. And let's see where they're from. Let me fix this. I don't have it. Okay. So we're gonna, sorry guys. Carlos, let's show these guys where our Snick Snacks are from. Whoops. You can here. We'll just show them. Anybody? Uh-oh. Anybody? Colombia. So it's ironic. I just booked a trip to Colombia, and they sent us Snick Snacks from Colombia. Now we're going to try 3 of these Snick Snacks. And the guys that don't like this segment, we'll try to make it quick for you. Guys that do like this segment, thank you. They get these packages. Let's go over these are packages. It's a subscription service. Obviously, there will be a link in the description. This is not sponsored, but I just think it's a super cool idea for guys like us. It's a great gift. They give you, what do they have here, Charles?
Explore Colombia.
They give you these little note cards that give you some fun facts. Here, just hold that. They give you a postcard and some fun facts, which I think it's cool. What do we have here, Charles? Oh, and they send you information on all the Snick Snacks. Now, we're not going to read that. We're going to pick out a couple. You want to try that one? We're going to keep it moving. So, no, we're not going to try that one.
What?
That's bubble gum or something. How about that? Choco cake. Now, here's Carlos. Carlos is going to take a bite, and I'm going to take a bite, and we'll move this along just as fast as we can. Choco cake. Try it, Charlie. He's going to rate it 1 to 5 stars.
How do you see what they're saying? Right. Oh.
Carlos, the MVP.
Yeah, the only one.
Did Carlos get a hair? Carlos gets a haircut every few weeks, but he wants to stay with the mullet. Let me see. Let me check. Oh, it's like a cake. How many stars out of 5? 5 stars for.
I'm bringing that back down.
What's it called? Choco cake. It is a choco cake.
I'm bringing that back down.
All right. It looks like Colombia has a lot of different stuff. You want to try golpe contado? These are chips. You want to try them?
Yes, I do.
Okay. We're going to try frutas. I don't know what that is. Here.
Looks good.
Looks like it's fruity. You guys remember last time we had Poland, and we've had Korea, and
was Korea the first one?
Korea was the first one, and Thailand. So right now we think Poland. Of course, we're Midwestern people, but Poland had.
Oh God. Why you got no shoes on your socks?
Why would I? All right, try that out, Charles. It looks like a juicy fruit, or what's it called? What do they call them things? I don't remember what they're called.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's like a Starburst.
That's what I meant. A starburst.
Like just like a Starburst.
All right. Well,
Orange Starburst.
all right. So you want to just eat a bite of it? Okay.
Hard.
It's hard. All right. We're gonna do.
Good.
We're gonna do one more. Let's do these things. We'll do the balls. Okay, we're gonna do one more. What do you rate that one? 4 out of 5. All right, the final one. Besitos. Don't know what this is. Besitos caleños. Caleños. You guys know what I'm saying. Where's Cesar? Where's Cesar to help me out with the Spanish? All right, I'm gonna try these out. They're like little puffy balls.
Hot chocolate?
Of course. I don't know what that tastes like. These are corn balls.
Ooh, that smells good.
They're like corn puffs.
Kind of like cheese. They smell
Like
cheese.
like a cheese puff that doesn't have any cheese on it. But I'm gonna keep eating them. One more.
Pretty good.
What do you rate those?
Mm,
Close your mouth when you eat.
probably 5.
5. So here's Carlos has rated the 3 snacks from Colombia so far. 2 5 out of 5s and a 4 out of 5. Nilo chocolate, which Nestle brand from Colombia. Hold on, that's good. Wait a minute, do I have that? Deditos. Is that close to what we're talking about? Juan Garcia.
We'll try it.
We're gonna try these since we're a little Sorry, I don't know if I get these open. Hold on, boy. Okay, here we go. Oh,
Ooh, look like Kit Kat. Or the.
these are
Let me try it.
Deditos. Yeah.
Let me try it. Right now.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Look good.
It's like a cookie, a chocolate flavored cookie. Those are 5 out of 5.
I'll say
4.
4. Well, yeah, 4.
Those are really good. So Colombia has some really good Snick snacks. What do you think,
Colombia, Jim?
Charles? Tell them how they can get themselves a subscription to these Snick snacks.
I'm coming.
Okay. Okay, so they're chocolate wafers. We got Mr. Songwen. Hello, Uncle Luke. What's up? Hit us with a 5-piece. Appreciate you, son. So how can they get themselves a trytreats.com box?
Link in the description of the slide. They're great, like present for birthdays,
Christmas. Yeah.
Christmas even.
Holidays.
Yeah, you could even use some of them for. For Halloween.
You would be a hit at Halloween if you gave away international Snick snacks.
Yeah.
We'll check out their website. There will be a link in the description. Trytreats.com. Super cool. And half of everything we make on this commission goes into Charles's 529 account, so he can go get college and go get educated and not have to work a square job like his dad.
I have one thing to say.
Okay.
I like Michael Jackson.
He's a huge, big-time Michael Jackson fan right now. You guys know how young kids are. They get into something, and so we're listening to a lot of Michael in my house. Thank you, Charles. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, what do you want to bring? I want to keep this. Take this. Take all that if you want. Do you want this? Take all you want. Take it. All right, guys. So, where were we? Thanks for indulging us in our international Snick snacks. I think it's a cool program. Okay, thank you. All right. So let's get back to downgrading the Capital One Venture X. What do you mean, Luke? You just did the video saying if it's the only card that never leaves your wallet. So what do you guys think? Those of you that have it, do you like it? And you've heard me say a million times that I think it's an annual fee net neutral card that really doesn't cost me anything. Well, let me kind of set the stage here. I do have a business platinum card that I don't think I'll be keeping. So that will probably go away. I also have a Chase Sapphire Reserve that doesn't come up for annual fee until August. So that's going to be around for a while. My annual fee on my Venture X comes up next month. Here's why it may be a good idea for me to downgrade this card. I do have the option to a Venture One. So let me go over the main points that I think the Capital One Venture X has that you can never take away. The lounge access. I think Capital One lounges are the best domestically for me out of any of them. That's number one. Number two, it's a really good catch-all card. So instead of getting 1.5 or getting a non-bonus category, I can always get double miles. So it's a good card to have. And my Capital One Venture X has a $30,000 credit limit, has no foreign transaction fees, and has primary rental car insurance. So it's a complete card. And I know I've talked about it 100 times. So why would it be an option to downgrade this card? Well, here's the deal. I've talked a few different times about how I plan my travel all the way out as far as I can. I just booked that Colombia trip for January. Now, I looked at my schedule, and I'm only going to be in a Capital One lounge airport once until at least February. So that's almost a year. And I'm only going to be in Washington, Dulles once. I have nothing scheduled to DFW, nothing scheduled to Denver, nothing scheduled to Las Vegas. So if there is no lounge access for me to make the card worth keeping, what else has me paying this $395 annual fee? Well, the $300 travel credit, which I will say with conviction that it's super easy to use, super easy to redeem. I don't mind using that portal, but I already have everything booked for the next year. So anything I would be booking might be extra. It might not be worth it. So primary rental car insurance. I very rarely rent cars, but I definitely want to have a card that has that. But my Chase Sapphire Reserve has that. I looked at the airports that I'm going to be connecting in, and a lot of them are JFK. A lot of them are Boston. Both of those airports have Sapphire lounges. They don't have anything for Capital One. My other sort of argument for downgrading it is all my connecting flights in domestically, or they're all my connecting flights in North America are international business class flights. So I already have lounge access somewhere else. So here is where I get confused or I have a question about what to do. Should I downgrade the card now? Still have the option of transferring those points, those miles. I still have the option of earning plenty of miles through the Saver card. But maybe I downgrade it for a year and then reassess then later. So $395 for what I think is a fantastic card, but I'm starting to think maybe it's a fantastic card I might not use this year. And thank you, Jordan Rules for Credit. Appreciate it. He's a new member. You guys are killing the membership, just killing it. So that means I'm going to have to do some more member stuff. So Paulo downgraded Venture X to a Venture One, then canceled a few months later. I will not be able to cancel that card because it is one of my oldest cards. All my Capital One cards have been other things a long time ago. No regrets. Keeping the Ritz-Carlton as my primary lounge and insurance card. So very similar to if I wanted to keep the CSR. And you guys will call me crazy, but I'm not a Chase fanboy, but I don't want to cancel the Chase Sapphire Reserve. I just don't. It does it for me. It's just an easy card to keep, even if it doesn't completely zero out that annual fee. You'll think they'll ever give you the card again. That's why I haven't considered downgrading it. I upgraded to the Venture X. So I do believe as long as it maintains that high credit limit, it'll always be an option to upgrade to it. Now, if I don't ever get it, even though I think it's a great, great card, is it a huge loss? I don't know. I don't want to not have the option to upgrade back to it, but I do think it'll be there for an option. If you get rid of it, you're afraid I won't be able to get it again. Yeah, just to answer that. I think I will. But like I said, if I don't think it's going to have me in tears, crying in a bottle over it. But I do think it's a great card. Here's the other thing. I have always been a proponent of diversify your points and miles. I love the fact that I can have points and miles. I just use Wells points. I just use Citi Thank You points. I have Amex, Chase, and I have all the different points. But I also wouldn't mind kind of consolidating that a little bit and really earning in one or two, maybe three ecosystems a lot faster. I almost feel like Capital One is not getting much use unless it's that catch-all card. And here's the last factor. Okay, and perfect timing, Monday. What would be your catch-all card? Amex Blue Business Plus. Right now, I am focused on earning American Express membership rewards points. So right now, it would probably move to the BBP to earn 2x MR points. However, I am also going to be sprinkling in copious amounts of cash back. And I just applied for a card, and I won't keep it a secret. I was going to do a video on it, but I still might, so it won't be a surprise. But I just applied for another credit union card, the AOD Federal Credit Union. And no, I don't know what that stands for. I don't have any idea, but I applied for it, and I guess I can share the experience. Credit unions are a little bit different. They don't have everything online, and an algorithm doesn't make all the decisions. So I had to apply to become a member of this credit union, which I'm pretty sure is in Alabama. I love the way they talk on the phone. Big fan of Southern accents. They sound very nice. They were very nice. But I had to apply for a membership in the credit union and then apply for this credit card. This is the AOD Visa Signature. It's 3% cash back on up to $1,500 per billing cycle. So it's a 3% cash back card. So that would be my catch-all card when I am smashing that cash back. So I would have a replacement for points. I would have a replacement for the cash back months or quarters that I'm doing that. And I would save $395 in annual fees that I would probably get back, but I would have to do something to get that back. I'd have to book something for $300 to get that $300 back, which I'm not complaining about, but I already have everything booked. So this is just an option on the table. Avengers, can you downgrade the VX and then re-upgrade sometime later? I think so. Is that a guarantee? No, it's not a guarantee. I think I would be able to do it for sure. I've downgraded and upgraded Venture One to the Venture One multiple times. And like I said, all my Capital One cards, except for the Saver, they've been 2 or 3 different things now. You should do watch me apply videos. Here's you'll laugh. I don't know how to record my screen, and sometimes I don't want to sound like I'm an impatient person, but sometimes I am just sitting there and a thought comes and I just apply on my phone without really any preparation. I know some people will say you have to be strategic. You have to know what credit union they pull from, or credit credit bureau they pull from. I don't do any of that. I do get declined sometimes, but I don't. I don't worry about how many new open accounts I have. I don't worry about my 524 status. I don't know what my 524 status is. I get approved for a lot of cards in situations where people say you can't get approved for them. So that's why I don't do watch me apply videos. And I guess I'll go ahead and throw this out there. I think that's one of the lower forms of content. I really do. I think the lowest form of content is reaction videos. And then watch me apply is pretty close to that. The monthly bonuses I think is pretty low level. Not that they're not informative, and not that we don't need them. We do. I just don't like to do that type of thing. Monday's a Chase fanboy, has the VX. Don't see the value from Capital One miles as we don't travel internationally. Wow, that sucks. Well, I've considered even the Chase Freedom Unlimited as my catch-all because I get more value. And here's the thing. I do really like Capital One, really like Capital One Venture miles, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you they're better than Chase or MR points. UR points and MR points are, for the most part, better. Now, they have a lot of the same travel partners and all that good stuff, but if I have a choice of earning 2x MR or 2x Venture miles, probably MR points is the way to go. Julius, we no, they're not the Southwest. No, we don't fly Southwest, so I don't really have much of an opinion on that. So what I'm thinking is, does it make any sense at all to shrink the wallet a bit, cut down $395 in annual fees, and really focus on 2 ecosystems and cash back? I don't think that's a bad idea, but I also think the Venture X is a very, very solid card. I just kind of look back at my data points and my stats, and it's not getting a ton of spend put on it. But it is my overseas card. And then, I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke. It has a referral program that is favorable to people who can get referrals. You can get 25,000 Venture miles up to 4 times each year for referrals. By the way, I have a referral link in the description below. So you can earn 100,000 Venture miles on referrals. And that, for the most part, makes it worth keeping for most people who can get referrals. I just don't. I'm trying to figure out in my head if it makes sense to kind of cut the fees and cut that extra fat. So just kind of thinking out loud with you guys. And with all the stuff you guys are booking, you could probably teach me whether I should keep it or not. Let's see what we got here. VX is cool, but Cap One doesn't have a good portfolio. I suppose that will change once Discover is integrated. That's another issue. I mean, once that changes, I can't really anticipate any changes for that, but it might make Capital One more appealing for some people. City Strata and a couple customs are clutched. Yeah, you're right. They are. Yeah, I think you're right, Texas Dog. Southwest. Could you imagine the Southwest Lounge is going to have Old Milwaukee Light and Cheetos and Mountain Dew for the little kids? And they're going to have NASCAR playing on the wall and like a giant screen TV. Julia says, I think it's fair to look at Aspire replacing CSR and Brilliant replacing VX. Oof, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't work for me. I mean, those are hotel cards, which I think for me, the hotel cards kind of stand on their own. They get more value than what they cost, but I do understand what you're saying. I can't spend on the Aspire and the Brilliant. They're not good spending cards. And I do generate enough spend for that to matter. Monday's going to be traveling less frequently with the baby on the way. I understand that. Which, again, it makes the Capital One miles hard to justify. Yeah. Still hard to, yeah, I would not cancel the Venture X. I would never, ever cancel it. But if downgrading it to a different position for a time might make sense for me. One upside to downgrading the Venture X to the Venture One, you don't have to worry about using the 300. Yeah, and it's something else that's not on my list to use. Book whatever you want. One way to ward off the coupon book fatigue, which a lot of us have that, and I do have it. I've sworn to stop complaining about it, but getting a coupon off there, not a bad thing. We have a Capital One Cabela's card. Which Capital One travel would you switch to? I would just switch it to a Capital One Venture One, a no annual fee, because that lets me keep the miles. And if I still want to earn Capital One miles, I can earn it with a saver. I would say, oh, my man Ricky's travel hacking. Ricky is a super smart dude, so listen to what he says. I would say saving $400 isn't worth sacrificing 100,000 Capital One miles. You're right. This, of course, assumes you will get 4 referrals. You know what? I don't get a ton of referrals. If you guys do follow my channel, you know that in 2025, I have made an effort to mention referral links and stuff like that unapologetically, because I went 4 years without really getting any referrals. So I kind of want a piece of that action. So yeah, I think you're right, Ricky. And I think that makes a lot of sense. You guys, Ricky comes to the meetups, the creator meetups, and trust me, Ricky's opinion is valued because he knows his stuff, man. He definitely knows his stuff. Only time I spent on the Aspire is when I charged my folio. Yeah. And that's the only time anybody should charge on the Aspire. It's not too bad for dining, but definitely not optimal. Oh, her mutes. Tell me if I'm saying it. Mutes, if I'm saying that right. And are you German or Austrian or what's the deal, man? Super cool name. Thank you for becoming a member, her. Absolutely. Paulo, when I downgraded to the Venture One, the upgrade option never appeared again. Oh man. Okay. Well, even though I didn't want to hear that, it's great information, Paulo. Super appreciate that. Yeah, that's very interesting. That do you check it often? Because I look at mine a lot, and like we're saying, I think everybody's in agreement, if that's a word. I wouldn't want to downgrade it and never have it again. That would hurt my heart. I said I would never pay $250 for the Amex Gold, yet 2 months ago I got it for $325. Family of 4 at the grocery store, 100%. Too much to keep doing cash back. I agree, man. And you naturally, yeah, I did the same thing, man. I got rid of the gold card as my family, the people in the house shrunk, and grocery stores, the price went up. So it does make sense for me. And obviously I eat pretty good. We don't sacrifice food when things are tough. So I still have the Amex Gold, and it makes a lot of sense. Cash back to travel, Carlos. Yes, sir. We do a lot of cash back to travel. Who we got here? Brad G. Finally able to catch a live. Brad, we're not at the beginning of this. We're on the end of it, but appreciate you're here. Love to have you here. We do have the replay, of course. But thanks for stopping by. Paulo says he checks often for okay. And then he canceled the Venture One. Okay, Paulo. Super appreciate that tidbit, that data point. That does, weigh into this. Absolutely. Sean, comment on my last live. How can I get your contact info to send you a coffee packet to try? Hit me up on Instagram or Luke's Points and Miles at Gmail. Anything like that. My Instagram shows up. I'm not very good at social media, but my Instagram messages usually show up pretty good, pretty easy. Capital One Duo is the smoothest one to use, but I've never started with Chase. I have started with Chase recently, even though it feels more kludgy. Yeah. I'm not a huge Chase fanboy, but I really do like the Chase Sapphire Reserve. And it just seems like the lounges Chase is producing is lining up more with my travel. We like to go to Europe, so we're constantly positioning to the East Coast. And I really do like UR points. As much as I've kind of poked fun at Chase, UR points are really great. I have the same concern. Yeah. Julius, I don't think the Discover acquisition is beneficial for us. Capital One just wants more subprime customers. Yeah, and you might be right. But I think when they grow that brand and they grow that corporation, they're going to have people there that want to kind of push the needle, and they're going to maybe open it up, have different segments, and grow into something that we might like. Texas Dog hit us with a 2-piece. Thank you, sir. Thanks for the good show. Thumbs up, everyone. We still got a lot of people in the chat, 155 people. Slap that thumbs up if you would, please. I think we're going to start winding this up shortly. We'll do about 15 minutes. If you guys have any questions, drop them down there and I will answer them. I appreciate everybody being here and the feedback, especially my man, Travel Hacking. Lynn's Travel Hacking. I'm trying. You got a couple of different names, so I got to go back. Ricky's Travel Hacking. Okay, Ricky's Travel Hacking. I think you're right. I think it might be best to just keep that Venture X because I do think it is a super solid card. And I mean, I'm not piloting yachts or anything, but $400 is something I can probably scratch up next month. So I can probably come up with that annual fee. Let me see here. Do we have any other? Last thing I'll talk about, I guess I did talk about the AOD credit union card. Guys, do not sleep on credit unions, especially if you have them locally. I know most of us here are into the travel space and not the cashback space, but a lot of these credit unions have these super niche, really cool cards. And I've said it 100 times. A lot of smaller regional and local banks and credit unions, they use Elon Financial for their credit card program. So if there are U.S. bank cards that aren't called Smartly that you like, the smaller credit unions and regional banks probably have a generic version of that. Just like the Cash Plus card, if you wanted to get into some cash back for your utilities and some other smaller stuff like entertainment, you can go to your local place a lot of times and find a max cash rewards type card. You have Venture One and Saver will still serve as a great workhouse in its own right. Yeah, and absolutely. Even with the Saver One, even with the Venture One, the Saver is still a powerful card. But right now I'm using the gold card. I'm not using the Saver a whole lot, so that's changed a bit. I get the appeal of primary CDW for car rentals, but am I wrong here? I prefer Amex Premium Pay. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I've not really gone into that Amex Premium Pay for $20. So I'm going to have to do some more research on that. But I'm probably not going to be with a platinum card. So can I still get the Premium Pay for $20 without the platinum card? Without any platinum card, business or personal? Let me see here. Luke, I think you have the most lives in the game. Well, man, I appreciate the kind words. I try to keep these lives. I try to keep the information pumping. I try to keep it to where it's not a bunch of dead space, not a bunch of coking and smoking. And I know most of us here are about business, want to have a good time, but we're mostly about our business. Monday, the Allegiant Credit Union card at 2.5 seems intriguing recently. Now, I've between that, if I could ever get the Robinhood card, it just feels a Robinhood card would be nerfed. About the Robinhood card, I think it's going to get nerfed, and it does kind of come with an annual fee. I don't use Robinhood, but the Alliant Credit Union card, I'm not sure if I've applied for it or I've just never been pre-approved. I think I have applied for it and been declined. And I joined Alliant. I put money in there. I purchased a CD, let it mature, did all that. So if I can't get the 3% AOD card, I may look again at the 2.5% Alliant. I'm sure you didn't mean Allegiant. You meant Alliant. But here's the thing. I kind of looked at some math, and the Alliant card at 2.5 with no bonus really doesn't compete for a very long time with a 2% cashback card that has a bonus. So something to consider. Will Capital One ever bring back the Saver One with a 4% dining? No, I don't think so. But I wish I tried to get that before it left. I wanted the metal orange card. Have you ever booked flights with Turkish? No, I have not yet. I have Turkish miles. I have the Turkish credit card. I have not booked flights with Turkish Airlines yet. I do plan on it though. Okay, so gold and okay. Thank you, Carlos. Appreciate that. Does anyone use platinum more for benefits than as I think most people. I don't think a lot of people are putting spend and earning a bunch of MR points on their platinum cards, unless that's just they just have so much spend they don't care. Carlos does not have the platinum. Ricky's travel hacking. Keep an eye out for more platinum NLLs. You might be without a platinum, but yeah, I am going to take all the Amex no lifetime language offers this year. I'm going to take all of them. I'm waiting right now because I have to wait until April 6th to apply for another Amex credit card. So I'm hoping those Hilton no lifetime language offers are still there. But I'm not turning down any lifetime language offers this year. Mr. James, the Sam's Club gas code 5% with City Custom. I can't tell you that for sure. I don't know why it wouldn't, but I don't shop at Sam's Club, so I don't know. I would say, yeah. I mean, I'm late. What do you think? We didn't, hey, Rodrigo, we didn't go over much on the Smartly card. I don't like to opine on those rumors the first time they come out because I dislike the sky is falling. Give me the clicks. Like I'm not a news channel. I don't come out with the news as soon as it happens. I like to wait and digest it and kind of adjust fire accordingly. So we haven't talked about it. We'll see. I don't have the card. I never planned on getting it. So Alliant, Allegiant, maybe both of them. Alliant's not a bad credit union. And a 2.5% cash back card, not bad. The AOD card is also no foreign transaction fees. So 3% cash back, no foreign transaction fees. It is capped, so it's not going to be good for a bunch of spend. But I think the AOD, and well, going back to AOD, I applied to be a member and the card, and they did do a hard pull, but I haven't heard anything back. I applied Monday, so I called them today. Yeah, nicest lady in the world, just really sweet accent. And here's the difference between big banks and these credit unions. When you apply with Chase, it goes to a computer, either gets instantly approved or it goes to an algorithm and spits out this and that. You can go back and request a manual review or whatever. With a credit union, that application goes to a person. Like they have to actually sit down and look at the application and do all this stuff. And the lady I called, she says, "Oh, what was her name? Some kind of down South Alabama name. Like I don't remember. I don't want to. Stacy. We'll just say, oh, that's on Stacy's desk. Let me go see where it's at." So she puts the phone down and walks off and talks to Stacy. She goes, "Hey, Stacy's with somebody right now, so she's going to call you back today and tell you what's going on with that." Well, she never called back, but that's the difference between a credit union and a big bank. They handle their business in a different way, and there is more of a personal touch with the credit unions. Uh-oh. Do you think they'll elevate any of the inks in March? That's a good question because they've been funky with them lately. Trying to be patient and wait to apply for an elevated offer. No, I don't think so. I think they're being funky with them, and I think we're to blame. I think credit card YouTubers and credit card enthusiasts are to blame for that. I watched a video the other day where I think a guy said he called reconsideration 5 times. Guys, don't do that. If you get denied, you got denied. I'm not saying take it every time, but call recon, plead your case. And I have a feeling that people are calling recon so often, that's not going to be an option in 6 months. Chase is going to take that off the shelf. And they know, I'm telling you, one thing I do know is Chase does know about the things we talk about. And you can say we're such a niche and small population, but Chase knows when you talk about something that's out of school. Chase knows when you talk about a certain technique that people use with their business cards. Chase knows when you make 11 videos in a row about the ink train. They know this. And when you start doing that, you close those opportunities for other people. And I think that's where Chase is right now. I think you're going to see a lot of change with Chase in the next year. That's bad for the game, so to speak. And that's why I have members only videos, because I put those topics behind the paywall, so to speak, and talk about them a little more, but I won't talk about that sort of things in public. Tio Rico, baby. He's on April 6th. He's going to fire off an app. City Rewards and Hawaiian. Nice moves. If I could have Flying Squirrel, if I could have 70,000 of any points currency right now, just give me American Airlines or Alaska. I'll take either one. And it's because I'm using them so easily. And they're valuable. Oh, New again. Loves the U.S. bar. Can you U.S. bank cards product chat? I called maybe a week ago and was not an option. I tried to change a Cash Plus with a high limit. Was not an option for the Smartly or the U.S. bar. Alliant Credit Union has good bill pay. Okay. I'm going to guess no on the inks. Don't wait to apply, just apply. Absolutely, Ricky. If you could have 100,000 points of any points currency today, which one you pick? Same, man. American Airlines or Alaska. And it's really just because those really seem to fit as the easiest currency for me to pick. If I want to go to Dublin, Ireland, I can go from Philadelphia to Dublin for like 45,000 Alaska miles in business class. It's just always there. I want to go to Japan. I'm going to book that with 60,000 American Airlines miles. They're not the most sexiest and most flashy and cool, but they're a little harder to earn than the ones I get from transferable currencies, kind of. Alaska, you can say you can get them from your Amex, but I would take American or Alaska. We know Chase knows because they provide the hype to influencers. I don't know. I would disagree with that. And if you're right, I just don't know it. I would not call myself an influencer. I don't have any relationship with banks as a YouTuber, but if they want to Chase, if you're listening and you want to contact me, Instagram or Luke's Points and Miles at gmail.com. I will listen to what you have, buddy. I'll be upfront and honest about it, but I will listen. I'm about out of office spend on inks. There, see, there you go. Honestly, would not be surprised if Chase implements their own version of pop-up jail. Yeah, I think so. I do. My next live, guys, remind me. I'm going to go over common misconceptions about pop-up jail, in my opinion, because obviously none of us know for sure. But the premise of that is when people say they're in pop-up jail, I don't think they quite understand what they're saying. When you apply for a card and a pop-up comes up, that doesn't mean you're not allowed to get any bonuses. It means Amex is not giving you the bonus to that card. It may seem like it's on all the cards, but that is Amex's way of saying, hey, slow your roll. You're moving too fast on us. I don't think when people say I've been in pop-up jail for a year, I don't know if that's true. They just haven't wanted to give you the bonus on the cards you've been applying for the last year. My opinion. Live from Puerto Rico, Uncle Luke versus Anthony Steel Cage death match. I'm not my those days are over, man. I'm not in those steel cage matches. I did want to be a pro wrestler at one point in my life, and I could talk about that on another live, but if somebody wants to remind me. But when I lived in Rhode Island, I wanted to be, they had a local promotion out there. This was early 2000s, 2000, 2001. So Generation X and The Rock and all those guys, I wanted to be a professional wrestler. All right, mile earner, Columbus, Ohio, baby. Deli Belly. What's up, Uncle Lou? Just transferred 140,000 Capital One to Chris Flyer and booked one-way business class on Singapore from SFO to Singapore and then on to Manila. Awesome. I love your style. And I'm jealous. I'd love to go to Manila. MJ, thoughts on Built? I don't cover Built. I don't know anything about Built. I very rarely mention Built. So sorry, got nothing for you. What? I don't know what time it is. Okay, guys. I'm going to have to call it quits for tonight, but we have 141 people in the chat. I super, super appreciate you guys. Be back in 2 weeks with some more international Snick snacks from Colombia. You guys could be anywhere, but you're here. Appreciate it. And I want you guys to travel safe. Let me make sure I don't miss anything. Pretty sure one of the ways to get into pop-up jail is to cancel an Amex card. You could be right, but I've canceled 20 of them. I'm not in pop-up jail. Not for every card anyway, maybe for one or two. Costco should offer the option to get cash back earlier. I agree. Okay, guys, I'm going to sign off here. Like I said, I appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight, and I will catch you again in 2 weeks, I think. All right.